So this is my kitchen, and you can see that we're in fact in the no-no zone right now. Yep, there's the boundary. And we have linoleum tile, not tile, linoleum sheets. And that's actually made with like linseed oil or flax or something. It's some kind of organic something or other. But our dishwasher, there's the offending dishwasher. Just kidding, it wasn't the dishwasher, it was the faucet. Started leaking spontaneously and irregularly. And over several years, it would once every few months just soak this panel of linoleum. And that's bad for that natural product to get soaking wet. So what happened was the linoleum shrunk. It actually detached, this whole panel detached, so I glued it down with just some liquid nails, extreme liquid nails. But then the issue was it had dried in a shrunken state, so we're left with this wedge gap right here. So what I wanted to record was simply the removal of the blue tape from the gap, and I wanted to discuss a little bit the strategy that I'd used to fill that gap and how I chose a product. So we'll just solidly enter the no-no zone, and I'll peel that off, and it's going to be, what do they call it, oddly satisfying or something, as we remove that goop from there. And I'll just head over to this side so that you can still see. So here's the game. It's a self-leveling sealant marketed for sidewalk cracks, and it's really wonderfully gooey. So I left it overnight, set up a no-no zone for the kids when they woke up, and left it overnight, and then you can see, I'm not sure if you can see, but I am noticing that it looks like hugely liquid still right now, which is just the magic of this material. When you press it, it easily dents in. And so it's not sticky anymore, so it's okay. The dog has been wandering by and leaving stupid hairs everywhere. The dog was upstairs all night, and so it didn't shed any into the liquid. But having set overnight, it's strong enough to have a skin on it at least. And so now what I'm doing is I'm peeling out from it a little bit. I don't want to peel straight up because I'm worried about lifting it from the crack a little bit, but peeling it out is working for me. So I just keep balling this sucker up, and it did make a nice clean line. Oh, there was a hair that got stuck in. Okay, that's kind of gross. That's super gross, actually. All right, great. But the thing about this self-leveling sealant, it actually ended up being a bit annoying because the floor is not exactly level, and so you can see that it's actually quite a bit concave over here, where some of the liquid just pooled up over on the other side and started overflowing. I had to build a dam on the other side for it, even though it's really close to level. I built a little dam over there with a tongue depressor, and oh boy, tore the tape. I should pay attention to what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do here is just wrong-handedly slice this tape right at that seam, lift it back up, there we go. Okay, cool. So that section is finished, and it makes a nice line, and it's designed to be a nice creamy tan sidewalk sort of color, but it ended up being a fantastic complement, I think, to the natural color of this linoleum. And I got a tube that had some damage in the back, and the friendly Pro Desk at Home Depot, it was $18 tube, one of these big ones, and I brought it over the counter and I was like, you're probably not going to sell this full price. You want to mark it down for me a little bit? Because I figured I only needed a little bit and I could scoop it in if the tube didn't work. But he marked it down to $1 and said, yeah, you're going to have some trouble getting that out. But I managed to remangle the inside of it. I used my fancy new pliers. Let me show you my pliers. These are great. They go the wrong direction. They're vice grip and they push. So I used this to push the damage out from the back of the caulk tube. That's all there is to say about this. I'll do a quick zoom through the seam so that you can see what it looks like. What does it look like? Let's check. Okay. So here's where it fades to almost nothingness. And there's a pet hair which is not embedded. No, really it's not. Yeah, there we go. And you can see with the reflection the concavity is a little bit backwards. But I'm imagining that this will be super durable, and it looks a lot like what I had imagined this solution would look like. I had had a bunch of discussions with people in various home stores about how to solve this, and this was the best that we came up with. So, yay! It will be water impervious-ish and really durable and not attract dirt.